that I'm very happy to have you here with Anthony. We will be the two moderators tonight. So I'll briefly introduce myself so that you know who is talking to you. So my name is Gabriel. I'm the chair of the regulatory working group at the Crypto Valley Association, which is the association, of course, you know that because you're all members, that organized this event. In my everyday life, I'm the CEO of Arbitry, a one-stop shop that takes care of advising blockchain projects in the legal domains, technical, marketing, and economics. And I'm very happy to do this event with an awesome team of person who actually were nice enough to accept our invitation to talk and discuss about this gaming thing happening in the crypto universe. But beforehand, I'll just let Anthony introduce himself and kick off for the first presentation.
Yes, so hello everyone, my name is Anthony. I work at Arbitry with Gabriel as a marketing specialist. We have an exceptional panel with an exceptional topic, which is blockchain as a game changer in the gaming industry. So I'm going to start with a quick checkup on the gaming industry. As you might guess, this industry has been expanding in great numbers. It is estimated by Newzoo that the gaming market worldwide will have a volume of approximately $220 billion and 3 billion players by 2023. According to Newzoo's research, the sales of esports games during the COVID-19 period increased by 63%. The study also found that US gamers spend an average of 12 hours per week on video games. So this is definitely a very booming market with a lot of opportunities. If you are attending this event tonight, chances are you are very interested in blockchain technology, and you might be thinking, well, blockchain, gaming, what can we do with these two? Tonight, we will try to answer all your questions and present some of the best blockchain gaming projects. We will have Sarah McKenna, CEO and co-founder of Alien Worlds, Eric de Moura, CEO and founder of Cartesi, Markéta Korteová, COO of EverdreamSoft, Gökhan Altinok, CEO of Dex Games, and we also have a gaming law checkup with Andreas Glarner, partner at MME Legal Tax and Compliance. For the first presentation, we have Markéta Korteová. She is the CEO of EverdreamSoft. Spells of Genesis, a game developed by EverdreamSoft and available on the App Store, is the first ever blockchain trading card game made. When the FD card, a rare trading card of Spells of Genesis, was released, it became the first ever tokenized gaming asset. So Markéta can correct me, but basically you guys were doing NFTs before they were called NFTs.
Yes, definitely. The word NFT didn't even exist when we released our first tokens, and yeah, I will talk a bit about this.
Great.
But it didn't exist. The whole concept is newer than our history, I would say. Yeah.
Well, that's great. There you go. The floor is yours. Game on.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm very happy to be here. So I would like to talk you a bit about EverdreamSoft, about our company, about what we have done, share our experience, and more specifically talk about some topics or crucial events or issues we have encountered. And you will see that some issues we've been encountering several years ago are still in a bit different way, are still there and are even bigger as the market is growing. So as you mentioned, we released what is considered as the first NFT, or if you want pre-NFT, which is the FD card. This is this asset. You can see. I hope you can see my screen. So it was released in March 2015, knowing that, for example, Ethereum mainnet was released in summer 2015. So logically, we couldn't release those assets on Ethereum. We minted them on Counterparty, which is an extra layer on Bitcoin blockchain. So basically, technically speaking, it's not really NFT. It is not unique, but we were releasing limited editions of these tokenized assets. So here, the first one, the healing formula, was created in a collaboration with Folding Coin, which is a project of Stanford University using the computational power for some simulations in medical research. So a lot of our first cards, because these, even though they were released in 2015, became playing cards in our game Spells of Genesis, which was released in 2017. So people were basically buying these assets, these NFTs, without knowing what it was exactly before it has its utility. So it's quite crazy. When I said it's not completely an NFT, technically, yeah, also we don't really like the word NFT much, but I use it a lot because it's a commonly understood. We better use the expression tokenized assets, because we think that it is what is more important. Basically, what do you really have when you have an NFT? You bought an NFT, and so what is it? It's a part of blockchain information, the token, and something which is most often off-chain, which is the illustration, the thing you are interested in. So the relation between the token and the asset is also a question we are exploring a lot. And if you think about the fact that about 80% of all items minted on OpenSea, according to the recent report, are scam, it's like crazy. I think it's really important to realize what are you really buying when you are buying an NFT, and what do you really own when you own an NFT. And so this is a bit funny for us, because we are talking about the fraud with NFTs. And basically the fraud was what was in the beginning of our blockchain adventure. It was our first game, Munga, which was a classical trading card game. And so there were in-game cards and in-game currencies, and people were able to exchange the in-game cards for in-game currency, so no use in the real world. But at some point, we realized that some people were selling their extremely rare cards for a ridiculous amount, really ridiculously small amounts of in-game currencies. Then receiving real money aside, and then they were coming to us saying, oh yeah, I was hacked, you see, I wouldn't have sold this card for such a small amount, so I was hacked, I want you to revert the transaction, and this kind of stuff. So basically they were trying to scam us and their fellow players. So when we realized this, it was also in the beginning of the blockchain technology, we realized that this could be a solution to this problem, because while putting the collectible cards on the blockchain, where players get the true ownership of the cards, and they were legally and technically able to exchange them outside the game, and so get some money. So yeah, actually, technically, it was also one of the first games play to win, which is also one of the big trends nowadays. So when you think about NFTs, you see that the same way as for classical digital items or even physical items, different NFTs have different value. But the question is, what really defines the value of an NFT? Of course, there are several aspects. I think that's, of course, it's the who created it and what time. It's about the illustration, about the artwork. It is also about its utility. Is it just a collectible, or can I use it, for example, in a game, or does it unlock some other features in a metaverse or something like this? But there is one more sphere I'd like to talk about, because the last summer there was a huge increase of interest in NFTs and in these vintage NFTs, original NFTs. So basically the pre-NFTs we created in 2015. And we realized that what gives a big value to some NFTs is also the story behind it. Because especially in the beginning, we created a lot of cards that are basically an allegory of important blockchain projects or events. So for example, here you can see the Colossus of DAO, which we released precisely at the moment when the DAO was hacked. I think I don't need to present the character here. We also have the Fallen Mountain Lord. Probably the image also rings a bell a bit. So it's about the Mount Gox hack. And finally, we have, of course, the representation of Satoshi. And so this is really something which is important, because while creating these cards, we were representing some historical events, and thus our cards, our NFTs, became part of the history at their turn. And I think this is really, really interesting. I think I'm running out of time. Of course, it's not possible to talk exhaustively about all these topics. So I just wanted to share a bit of our experience and maybe suggest you a few topics for further reflection or discussion. So
great.
That's it. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Markéta. Really good presentation. Thank you, everyone, for joining in on the chat. I see we have people from all over the world, Canada, Turkey, India, Korea. This is great. Thank you for joining in. You can ask questions about the projects in the chat. And if you're lucky and your question is good, we will talk about it during the Q&A or after the presentation. I have a quick question for Markéta. What do you think makes blockchain a better anti-fraud mechanism?
Well, actually, when we started with blockchain, it was a real answer to an issue we've had. Now it's more about it's trendy, everyone is on the blockchain, so I want to be on the blockchain as well. But I think that it doesn't need to be better, not all the time. Maybe you have some great ideas and your game or project can be great just without the blockchain. And I think this is also an important question you should ask yourself when you're starting a game or something, like, do I really need the blockchain? Does it bring something new or something special? Or do I want to jump on the blockchain just because it's really trendy and everyone is on it? Because that's the thing. In a few weeks, months, years, everyone is going to be on the blockchain. So what is going to make you special?
Okay, great. Thank you for answering.